line. And that's hard to do with a puck.
At the same time, it can be rough to pick a Centaur here, right? Because you're up against the Dream Core plus the Cyclone in fights. You're not going to build a BKB on a Centaur either.
Fair enough.
You need something reliable in the offlane that's available. Beastmaster seems to have fallen off the side of a mountain, going by the last few days pick rates for him. I think actually we've seen him more as a support. That's a little bit
surprising.
Yeah, I think we've seen him more as a support, right, than a core. I think so, yeah. Based on the last few days, anyway.
Phantom Assassin.
Well, that's absolutely nobody's surprise. And again, it's the big question for NIP. The Lion Lockdown is going to help a lot, but you're still going to have something that can keep Secret from just penetrating your formation, essentially. I mean, what answer is there when PA gets this BKB online? Remaining. And Jug PA has a lot of the same problems as AM remaining. Against PA, is that at what point in the game are you going to be able to man fight?
Much sooner with a Razor pick, apparently.
Well, it's... I like it in that it's a laning focused pick, but I worry a lot that Team Secret... This is where you think the Queen of Pain pick might come back. I think Queen of Pain still has a lot of issues as a hero, but remaining. I think you are going to see her as a 5th pick response to a 4th pick Razor in a number of these games, and Secret already have a good amount of disable.
Yeah, it's also the mobility as well. If you think about it like this, like Razor's going to go for a static link on a PA, and that has to be reactionary, right? If you try and do that kind of productively, then what's going to happen is the PA is going to have a Phantom Strike available to escape.
Yeah, and the Tidehunter banned by Secret, again, the Tidehunter is really the only hero left in the pool that can punish multiple Secret heroes getting into the NIP backlines at the beginning of the fight.
True. Plus the long lockdowns you could potentially get will be useless against him due to the purge that comes out from his passive.
Yeah, you don't have anything like a disruptor that can continually apply those debuffs.
Ban coming out from NIP. When you look at Secret's draft, they have some flex. They can run the PA in the mid or the safe lane right now. We still don't know if this is going to be a puck mid or off lane or brew off lane or support brew or even a Rubik mid. Yeah, it's a list that keeps on going. Meanwhile, you look on NIP side, this Jug is almost 100% in the safe lane. This Lion and this Keeper are most definitely the supports, and that would mean that the Razor is mid.
Well, they have run 33 on an offlane Razor before, and I think it's still a viable alternative depending on where you think he's going to be most effective at punishing. That the Razor pick, does he really punish a puck in the mid lane if this ends up being a mid 1 puck? I'm not sure. And question becomes, if you're a Razor and you can't punish your opponent in lane, your ability to impact the game is just so severely compromised almost from the get-go.
They can run it in the offlane, thinking if you really want to. Because we already highlighted the issues with that, right? Like the Phantom Assassin, I don't know if you want to match up against her or dodge her. You're going to sap some damage in the early levels, but very quickly you're going to lose your opportunity to kill based on static link.
So NIP do think that this is an offlane puck, and they go ahead and ban out the OD.
I mean, it's a fair shout as well. Secret have the 10th pick, so it's likely that they're saving either their mid or possibly another core for that stage.
Team Secret's turn to
P. They go for the Doom. There's 33's hero, so it will be the Razor in the mid.
And that more than likely is gonna take away the mid 1 puck potential, because mid 1 puck, great, but he gets doomed, and that's just a lot of farm that's completely worthless. And it also discourages the QoP response to the Razor. That's a very nice Doom pick, because it super punishes any of the mobility heroes that you might want to put mid against Razor. Are just they get absolutely screwed if they're doomed.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, Secret have 2 means to justify Doom pick on the table already, not just the puck, but also the Brewmaster to stop the splits coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, a solid final pick coming out from NIP, but Secret, what are they going to pull out of the bag? They've got 10 seconds to decide. Here it comes.
Drow Ranger.
You may now
Okay.
select your
Wow.
heroes.
Okay.
Highly unusual.
Wow.
All right, so this is going to be a mid Drow Ranger. Again, that's the hero that really doesn't care if she gets doomed. Boy, it's going to be tough laning against that Razor still, though.
Yeah, you're going to static lane for sure. You take another level 1 Gust, you can push him back long enough to break away pretty easily. So that's one good thing.
What do you do? So do you have to start boots on Drow as a mid? Even against her, I don't think you can even against a Razor, because there's just, even if you're mid one, right? There's no way you're going to be able to CS against a Razor boots first.
Yeah, your damage is too low at that point. In fairness, Razor is pretty slow. Maybe you do just bite the bullet and take Gust at level 1. It does. I know it feels disgusting, but
it's not outside the realm of possibility. I don't think that's the direction he goes, but that is an interesting point. Whether early Gust is going to let you break that link.
I think the other interesting thing to look at with this Drow pick, the way that it's actually very effective here is you're talking about a Juggernaut who's going to have a crap ton of armor. You're talking about a Razor who's going to build tanky with armor, and a Doom that is usually unkillable, primarily due to the build into Crimson Guard. Now you're talking about a hero against all three of these is going to have great effect due to the way that marksmanship now works with the pierce effect.
Yeah, and the procs. I mean, it's fine, but it also doesn't really boost your other heroes in the way that you want to see.
It also doesn't flash farm as quickly as before with the change to the jungle now having half the ancient camps.
Yeah, that actually is a really big deal for a couple of heroes like Drow and Medusa.
Same time, you'll be sharing that jungle with a greedy PA most likely. So what kind of build will we see coming out? I don't think you can go for this kind of blink farm build on the Drow in this type of game. It has to be someone that creates space because Niche is likely to go towards that Battle Fury.
Sure, and again, we talked about that in the previous series. That's just been mid one's role. Since Nisha has joined the team, he has turned much more into a space creator rather than you'd see a lot of games last year with Ace where mid one would have farm priority and Ace was the one kind of creating space around the map.
Times have changed and they've been working out for the secret so far. Second place in the first major, first place in the second. Now looking to make their way towards the third major.
Okay, so one potential big surprise in the laning phase here is they are going to shift Ace up into this top lane, and they're going to put the two big melee farming cores head to head. And I think NIP might be able to contest in this lane.
Both sides have a decent buffer in that you've got the Illuminate Blast from Saxa. That hits mob heroes great. At the same time, if Yapsel rotates up here, you're talking about a Rubik who has the Fade Bolt in a tri-lane scenario.
Oh, are they going to see 33 here? He's going to stay on the high ground. If they see 33, Secret will have a good signal.
Yeah, but Nisha probably knows.
Nisha now saw Nisha saw the line. He's like, team.
There's a reason the PPD is here.
The pings come out. Yeah.
And he already knew about the cult because he saw him when he went to place that sentry in the trees. Whether that gets dewatered will be interesting to see, considering you have to suspect that Cole has done that, considering that Nisha was standing here when Cole was here.
And the old Dire blocking the first Radiant creep wave. Ah, Dota.
Just matching what's happening in the top as PPD tried to slow it down a little bit. And there's the TP up. They're going to switch it out. Zai's coming top. Bungo now.
Okay, Zai's going to take a little harass. Mid one did not go boots first. As a result, he gives up 22 link damage here. Going to be at a disadvantage in these first waves.
I mean, that hero's already at disadvantage with the animation on the Drow. Early levels feel pretty damn painful and pretty slow. But this might begin to change around level 3. I think this lane switches, right? So at level 1, Razor Vige. Level 3, Drow Vige. And then before you get level 6, it's Razor Vige again.
I'm less confident in that. I understand what you're saying. I'm not so sure Drow has a clean advantage at any point. The 33 with his Scorched Earth are sustaining against the three heroes at Secret, and the Illuminate, they're going to eat it right to the face.
This is the thing we're talking about, those Illuminates. If they hit on multiple heroes, then you're already going to win the trading battles. That's the problem. And you can be predictable because you're talking about a lineup that has a Phantom Assassin and a Brewmaster in the same lane.
Now these dual lanes looking pretty darn strong here on the side of NIP.
Proven it in terms of CS already. I mean, Doom's suffering a little bit, but the Juggernaut and the Razor both farming fairly well.
Yeah, and again, in so many of these games, it's just that the safe laner's farm differential is by far the most important statistic in the early game. You know, PA doing not doing badly.
Could be worse.
You worry about that gap increasing,
and also the amount of regen you're burning already. This is the biggest deal. It's not just who's doing well in the first. Okay.
Yeah,
PPD?
that I didn't see coming.
That's a solo kill for Puck.
Yeah, it is, and it's just Peter not being careful, not respecting the Zai Puck.
Gets punished for it. Level 2 Puck taking down the level 1 line. This time, you come back to lane and stay closer to Ace because that should not be happening.
Mid one really starting to suffer though in this mid lane.
Checking the regen on these heroes because that's the thing. We talk about the differential in terms of farm. That's not what's important in the first few waves. It's who is running out of regen faster. Because even if you get a few extra CS, that backfires.
You saw the interaction that you talked about there where the gust from mid one is just not quite enough to break the link distance, and Razor still gets 45 damage off that link as a result.
I mean, there's a good reason for that as well.
Potentially in a little bit of trouble here top, but the TP by Puppey is...
maybe a little bit too late to help him.
Stun.
Hex coming out. Zai needs to juke out. Oh, gonna get away with a loser orb. Actually turns around to PPD, who did just blow us south.
Oh, he's got
go down. He's got Earthquake misses though. Juked out Zai.
Very nice.
Baits him in, and PPD hits the dirt. Nicely done. Zai dominating his former captain, his former master in the top lane so far.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a 1v1, right? He's going to get smacked in the face by Brewmaster, so he has to throw that spell out. There's only so much you can do as a Lion.
Also, the comment about the mid lane, I think there's a reason those gusts are not breaking. And that's because Fada did go for the early boots. Mid one did not.
That's, yeah, you playing with a boots disadvantage against Razor. Oh, goodness. I don't care if you are a ridiculous attack range hero.
The good news is any harassment he wants to throw out has to be active. No points in the unstable current. Most players do seem to prioritize the plasma field now, seeing as they did add in that slow.
Yeah, the slow being on the plasma field feels really, really good.
DVD. Awkward. Was about to run out. It did spot him out. He smoked up to try and make that move. So that's resources invested for nothing gained. He's still got a ward to play. He's headed towards bot.
Yeah, and he's just barely a chunk into level 2 here. He's going to fall behind if he doesn't get something done on this next rotation.
Scorched up.
He's in position here for him to get a stun off, but he does not pull the trigger.
No, they're too hesitant. And the problem is you're trying to gank a lane that you're already shoving under tower.
Right, exactly. They're already in the shadow of that tier 2. It just feels super awkward as level 2 Lion to commit to that move. But he's going to back up and get the bounty rune. They might get all 4 here.
They will. Lose your across, maybe a little bit too late. No, Zai. That just won at the last moment. Actually, Ace super low here. So the Blade Fury coming off cooldown, going to tango up to try and stay alive. And the spin comes out, but Zai needs to dodge out some of this damage right now. He's going to get hexed up though. Nope. Will go down.
Wow. And this Jug's going to be a problem.
Is indeed. 31-11 on the CS chart right now. And we're only 5.5 minutes into the game. Leading the way and up to 2,500 net worth already.
I think mid one's got to start playing a little more careful. He can die here to this Razor now.
Yeah, there's also an XP advantage for Razor at this stage. Not big, but it's noticeable. He's actually going to get to 6 before you crack it. And at that stage, he can just run you down. We said already the gust is not breaking, especially considering that mid one is going towards another Wraith Band.
I just don't know about putting off, especially with how good treads still are. You know, a rotation on the backside from Peter.
They're going in. Gust has been thrown out on the wrong target as well. Will sap up the damage to the static link. Even the call arrived when the Illuminate blast through. Very far up, but it won't be enough. Puppey does move him. The clap coming out farther with the Fairy Fire. Will just about stay alive. Puppey can't get close enough to finish the deal. That Puppey's rotation attempt doesn't achieve anything here.
And mid one in death does buy his brown boots, realizing if he can create just another second or so on that play, that the TP support from Brewmaster may have saved him. Actually, did Puppy TP in there, or was that just a walkover?
Who
knows?
Think that was a walkover. He walked from the jungle. It looks like he's got TP off cooldown. PPD.
Peter about to die again on the top lane.
All too familiar.
How many daggers am I holding up?
You know, we had Cinderin doing that noble deed the previous series. The I will die for my team. And now it's PPD's turn.
Is I able to sustain some pressure now onto Ace?
Yeah, he needs to be careful. He has got the tread, so he's pretty tanky, so Ace can't kill him off, but he does burn a lot of his health and forces him to go for the shrine. They are switching up lanes. Of course, Nisha did move up to the top to make that kill happen on the PPD.
Yeah, I don't mind so much the deaths on the 3 deaths on the line lose a lot of significance when you realize that the kind of farm differential that he's securing for Ace, and off the back of that, all 3 lanes, the CS edge going firmly in favor of the Radiant side.
Could be grim tidings, and now you've got carry on carry scenario here. The PA isn't too far behind the Jug. And the difference is that Nisha does actually have a kill to his name.
And look at mid one, right? Mid one has his level 6. He's going to rotate in the jungle. Like he knows that standing in lane against this level 7 Razor is really tough. And they get Zai his level 6, so Coil's online too, though.
Yeah, the big focus now is to look towards that 10-minute rune fuck, because that's the reason that Nip has this advantage right now. That's his differential, is picking up 4 bounties. Believe it or not, folks, even at the 5-minute marks, that hurts. Warrior sniper attempt by PPD. Turns out he hits like a kitten though. And the stun does not land on the bow. The Hex is going to come out, but it's too late and he knows it. We're trying to deny himself off, but it won't matter. Yapsor says, me, I need that. Please, thank you.
I mean, Yapsor with the Blink Dagger already in his quick buy. He's like, no. My kill.
Guys, I just need to kill Peter 10 more times. And I'll have my Blink at the ready.
Not outside the realm of possibility.
Already up to 4 deaths. Blind Pick is feeling the pain. And you kind of expect it, though.
33's gotten a lot of space here as we're talking about the other lanes, and he's going to take advantage of it with a first item Midas.
This is the way 33 likes to play his hero, though. He gets to the point where he feels unkillable, and then he just goes full greed. It works out more often than not as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid one will continue to farm.
He's going to get some just passive tower damage here.
Mid one, he's got the treads ready. No. Still 1 component left to get through. He's at least found his way to the Holy Triangle with his ultimate ready. So he should be able to catch up pretty effectively now.
Yeah, it's still not as efficient as you would like for a Drow at this point. It's nowhere near as efficient as a PA farming jungle would be. She's going to get low on health in the case of doing so, and she's not going to be ready to fight.
Even if you try and skirt those camps, that will occasionally hit you, and of course, you don't have the best regen on the Drow pick anyway. Might actually try and stack up the defender's bot tower. The Razor has spent a lot of time here. Fada has not been farming this whole time while he's been doing this. You can already see him starting to fall down the net worth jar a bit.
Oh, they leash Jug.
Oh, they stop him from actually getting out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter though.
They coil the Jug, but so he does get that leashed debuff, which he can't TP out even if he's Blade Fury, but he can still break the tether with Blade Fury active and nothing happens.
Oh, die in trouble. We'll silence up and the double TP coming in. PPD.
Who's in trouble?
Mayday. Mayday. Someone's going down. Lion will not be able to escape. Static Link moving in. Fada.
Here comes 33.
Chasing through. Taking a lot of damage though. And now Drow arrives as well with a pierce. They're seeing this. Fada's getting dropped onto free. He's going to drag them in. Doom does go out on the Yap, so they're going to spin, chase him down. Ace is getting low, though. 1 proc will be enough for mid one to get the kill, but the Omnislash going to come out. Not doing enough, though. It's so slow. 33. He's going to get low. Ace will go down. The heal him on the high ground to try and keep 33 alive. It won't matter, though. They find him, and they find his little kitten in disguise, hiding in the trees as they get a big fight going in their favor on the side of Secret. Yeah,
and 33 felt a lot of pressure there to doom the Rubik because he realizes that Rubik is level 7. He is the same level as the opposing Doom, knows that the minute he casts Doom on any other hero, Rubik steals that and throws it back in his face.
And in the end, Possibly defeating that fight around mid for NIP. And keep in mind, that was their attempted move as that all kicked off from Lion trying to find Puck on the retreat.
Yeah, that really resets the game.
More so than that, Six Nisha are ahead of the Jug now. Heading towards the Desolator as opposed to the Battle Fury. He's trying to match what Ace is doing because he knows that Ace is not going for a Battle Fury. He's going for the Yasha.
Oh, Zai being free and easy with those coils, and that's totally fine, creating a lot of space.
Free kill on the Saxa. Now PPD arriving. Doesn't have 6 though, so it won't be a finger available. Use the Earth Spike. Hold in place. Zai gonna get low. Should be able to move away though. Just in time. Nope. He's gonna tick out to the Infernal Blade. So at least send some damage their way, but they get the kill they were looking for. Yes, they give something over, but the Dream Core was used to get what they did.
Yeah, and it proves to be an unfavorable trade, especially because of the 2 null tallies and treads. He was 1,000 gold in toward his Blink Dagger, and that does set him back.
Because blinks, yep, so up to 700 gold now.
Oh,
in fairness, for the POS 4, as you'd expect from, if anyone more so than any other POS 4 Yapsor, he'll have his blink at a decent time.
Well, it's also, I mean, him being level 7, right? Him being equal in level to the enemy offlaner. That's hugely significant because they can no longer be nearly as free with their spells. Now, Lion's still level 5, right? If Rubik is level 5, that previous engagement goes much differently. Because you can use Doom on whoever you want.
Now, he'll be even harder to find as well. Yapsor has stolen the Scorched Earth. He'll be able to go top and look to get aggressive here.
Saxa?
Ace trying to come across to help Saxa. Actually, no, he's leaving behind. Cole will buy some time. Finally, the tree does get cut.
I love it.
He gives his life.
Nisha finally gets tired of that shit and uses his Quelling Blade.
Realizing that actually that bought enough time for Ace to just casually walk by. Whoops. Speaking of which, Ace is going to go towards the Battle Fury after picking up this Yasha.
Okay.
Looks like I think they're just eyeing each other up a lot here. He's seen that Nisha is going towards that Desolator due to him having the Mithril Hammer. So now you just switch it up and go, okay, I can't, there's no way. If I go for something like a Yasha Diffusal, I can't match up against this PA.
No, 33. Pressuring that bottom tower, but it does get denied in his face. The rest of NIP were coming over with a smoke rotation that's not going to amount to anything now.
And Nisha did TP down there just to make sure they could zone him out. They didn't want to commit on 33 because they don't know where everyone else is.
Yep. No, the Battle Fury is just recognizing after that mid-engagement that the game has been reset and that you are going to have to keep up in farm as this Jug. It's even at farm parity though. It's just such a different game than when we saw from the last Ace Juggernaut. You cannot fight against a PA at farm parity. As a Jug.
Need to be one item up on her. Easily achieved. Zai also getting very close to his Blink Dagger now. Invis runed up and on the hunt for something. PPD would be the perfect kill actually. I think he just wants the runes though.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's good. The sentry
no, no. They put down the sentry, they knew. Zai, did he actually pick up the rune?
It's a good call.
No, he failed to pick up the rune before he died.
Yeah, the other issue I want to flag with the NFP lineup is because of the first item Midas, right, by 33, you look at what's in his hotbar and it's Blink BKB queued up. You're going to have Vlad's, which you needed. You're not necessarily going to have those other big utility items like your Crimson, like your Pipe. And you don't have another hero who's really going to build those.
While it would help against the PA, you can kind of understand why he doesn't want to prioritize that up against the Drow, because those procs, there's no way to reduce that damage.
Well, PA is the same issue too for a Crimson, is that Secret have a lot. They do have physical damage, but it's mostly large instances, so the damage block loses a lot of value.
True. He's just trying to push on top. There was a rotation coming in, so he backs away at the right moment. Secret need to make something happen soon, because the thing we were saying about Ace being at farm parity will eventually change when he gets his Battle Fury, and you're about to have your Desolator pick up on Nisha. You want to make something happen as soon as that occurs.
I'm just a little bit concerned here because the heroes that they're creating space for, right? They're creating a lot of space for 33. They're creating space for Ace, and they're not heroes that I think are going to fight well at farm parity against Secret.
Especially considering that soon Secret will enter the pit, right? They've got that Desolator coming very soon. They've already picked up the Vlads on Puppy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Puppy, by the way, abnormally farmed the boss 5.
Man, I'm telling you that Deso BKB timing is going to be right at 25 minutes, I think, in this game for Nisha, unless NIP can take a big fight. And I don't know that I don't know that NIP have the tools, even with Doom, to deal with a BKB on PA at that time in the game.
Dire's middle tower is
Not to mention with the Drow cashing up like mid one has, she's going to be a problem too. So you've got two elements to deal with, whereas when you look at NIP's lineup, Razor's annoying, but unless you enable him with the static links, he's not going to be a giant chunk of damage like Ace is.
Yeah, notable that Ace has switched off of that Battle Fury. He is going to go ahead and complete that Manta style, which I think for this game makes a bit more sense. You're not going to have time to get value out of that Battle Fury. You know, you have to be thinking toward that 25-minute mark and how you are going to stop this Phantom Assassin.
Especially when your Doom's going for a blink. That kind of puts you in this scenario where you think you need to fight more imminently, right? If he's committed to that blink dagger, you have to be committed to an item that allows you to fight more effectively, not one that allows you to farm.
Smoke into the Roach Pit here by Secret.
It's finally happening.
NIP in theory could be in position to contest this, but this is going to go down fairly fast.
Sakta, he got seen. He wanted the haste room, but Zai just snatches it from him with the ball. The buyback comes out. He has got the Ignis Fast to work with, but Zai activates the haste and moves to the high ground. Sakta being zoned out. Fada moving in. It's too late, though. The egg has been claimed, and now Silent Stop. Dream Call comes out onto 2. They put down the Ignis Fast, but the split's already out. Puppy moving forward. Doom in a little bit of trouble. Only Slash is going to come out on the mid one. He's tanking it, movers across to the creep wave. Ace trying to chase forward. There's no gust available. The spin's going to come out. And meanwhile, they are going to lose the Lion first. A lot of kind happening here. Fada getting low. They're going to jump straight in. Nisha will crit him down. Cyclone does come out. Controls up Ace. He can't do anything to help his team. Instead, they'll start diving the tower as Saxa will fall. Nisha with a double kill. And Ace, he might be turned around on next. They
So
decide against
significant
them.
there that Yapsor lives on very low health. Doom's still up, right? As long as Yapsor's alive and playing in the back lines of these fights, 33 is just so limited in his positioning and what he can do.
Don't forget mid one as well. They failed to finish that kill. He got just out of range of the spinning Juggernaut in the end.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Able to keep himself in one piece. He'll continue to farm while the rest of his team pushes in on that tier 2.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're minusing Doom. He's almost going to be surpassed now by the 2 cores of Secret.
Well, and it's your most farmed hero that isn't able to use his most important ability, his signature spell, freely in these fights. That's what I mean about is this gold really working for you on the side of NIP?
Radiant structures are
Not looking
fortified.
good. Not when you give over a pre-20-minute Roche like that to the side of Secret. Keep in mind that is the Desolator PA that has that second life. She can go as deep as she wants without any worry in the world.
Yeah, it just locks down her item timing, right? There's no way now that you're going to stop her.
Ace, silent stuff on the spot, but no, can they move forward with the 4 stuff? They need a few more procs, but he's going to get invis in time. The healing will keep him alive. They put down the Dream Call. He does snap it. Doesn't matter though. No, they don't. He's just blowing a few spells to see if he can hit it. Won't be able to. He moves over to a sentry just in case, but that was quite lucky for Ace there. Mid one didn't get that many procs from the marksmanship. He had.
Yeah, and that's a doomsday scenario right there, losing that jug at that point. Yeah, he goes ahead and queues up MKB as his next item. He knows that he's going to need it at that 25-minute mark, but that's a lot of gold between now and then for a team that's rapidly losing ground on their own side of the map.
Absolutely. The BKB will probably be available before that. Tanisha, with that Aegis, he can push in whenever he wants to. Mid one's already doing that in the bot lanes. He takes tier 1, accelerates that gold even further. They may even push for the tier 2.
Oh, absolutely. Why not? I think the Pink's come out on the top lane, and NIP may just be looking to take a trade here. Looking a little bit confused in terms of what they want to do.
Yeah, but it's not easy to find that trade either. You can already see Zai's up here. If anyone's going to easily push out this lane without being at risk, it's him.
Yep.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
push it.
tower is under
Tier 2.
attack.
Under siege. DP's coming in from the Doom. Doesn't want to have to throw this out on the mid one, though, is the problem. So can TP now. Keeper, if you can get good Ignis down. Bakery does chase out the tree line, but they're already out. Split's going to be there.
First thing.
Yep, Farda. It has got the link up. Puppy needs to start running for the high hill. Nisha on his way across now with the blower activate. Dumps in and straight away Chris down PBD.
God.
1-2 hits and see you later. 30
He's going to die with Doom up again.
No, he BKBs as well. He can't get away. He's going to go down.
No.
Double kill with Nisha. He's going to make it a triple as he moves forward. Zai gets the final touch on the Saxa. Now back to the tower they go.
I mean, how is 33 supposed to play these fights? That's just, it's fine. You can call it a mistake, but he's under so much pressure there.
It's this drought pick more than anything else, right? Even if you didn't have this huge ramp up from the PA, you don't feel tanky as a Doom in this game, not at all.
And the Pike Crush is really cool too. I love that. I love Yasha Pike here from this drow in this game.
Absolutely. He just can't find its target. Instead, they push in. They'll take a lane. Mid is already pushing in as well, so they can flip over to there. They need to be careful because the Doom is still up. And so is everything else for the side of Ninjas and Pyjamas.
Oh, and boy, we were in about 25 minutes, but off the back of that Rax, which are worth, since about a year ago, worth a tremendous amount of gold now. We're going to have that BKB Deso up for the PA. Secret is at one of its strongest points in the game, and NIP are just in full retreat.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't actually really give enough credit because you kind of think of it as an afterthought now with the changes they made to the aura from the drow. The effect it's having in this game is they're going to find another kill on a Sax top, but you think about it, right? Rubik, the rate at which Yapso has been able to farm creep waves has been amplified by that attack speed. At the same time, Puck is a right-click force to be reckoned with.
Well, if there's a team that's gonna pick Drow based on its 4 position ability to farm, it's definitely Secret.
I mean, I'm a little bit upset in Zai. He did take the spell amplification over the damage talent. Was looking forward to those sweet rapid fires at level 25 if it gets to that point.
Wow, I mean that's just their only, potential problem here is a lack of magic damage.
Zai, they tried to find him. He did use up the Farda. Fraser to move away. Puppy might be seen, but he does have the split to work with. They need to stun him up right away. They will be able to do so. Finger just to get him down. They don't want to have to throw out the Doom. Zai will move away just in time before 33 can catch up.
Yeah. And they're not in position 4v5 to take that fight, and I'm not sure it's worth it for them even if they were.
Instead, you force the Finger onto cooldown. That's a level 1 Finger, by the way. 4 kill onto your support, Brewmaster. That's a decent nuke out of the way so that Nisha can be even more aggressive in future.
It's damage though, man.
Yeah, you got
like,
one Finger
I got
kill.
my dual damage, right? Woohoo!
I just need to wait a lot longer than any Legion dueling would to get it again.
Yeah.
Look at the positives though. He'll probably have
2nd CD is rough, man.
Like if he finds a kill or 2 and stays near a creep wave, he'll probably have level 2 Finger by the time it's off cooldown.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm kidding. He's way too far away to get it. Puppy. This is the reason he loves his hero so much. He can just run aggressively anywhere as a POS 5 and know they don't want to kill him because it's too hard.
No, I mean, it's Puppy's signature move, right? 5 position run at them. What are you going to do?
Well, it's out more often than not. I think what they usually do is run away, except for when he's on his own and they have the combo with the Finger. But on the case right now, and there has been a basher picked up by Nisha, so he's ready to fight again. Yeah,
I just think you gotta catch out Yapsor somehow so that 33 can doom somebody.
Yeah, but how do you do that now? Yapsor can initiate from afar with the blink. He's going straight into the Ags next as well. And he's not far off it. Less than 1,000 gold to go.
Yeah, I mean, 33 felt like he had to switch things up a little bit and go BKB ahead of that blink dagger.
Well, they are coming to you in fairness. Although we did see a rough scenario where he was forced to use a 10-second BKB charge and still died in the last fight.
Right.
Vada is queuing up the Blade Mail next. The classic counter to the PA is killing me help.
Yeah, well.
Mid
All right,
one.
finally, Jug gets his MKB. This is where you can get a big pick off now, but boy, oh boy. You do have some vision still left on your side of the map. Secret haven't gone fully for the throat and gotten a gem yet.
No, they don't feel pressured to. They know they can move around freely as well. I mean, just look at this. Poppy shadows mid one. At the same time, Phantom Assassin is super scary to jump, no matter how outnumbered you think she is.
Yeah, at the same time, this is a pretty good smoke maneuver. It's a little bit obvious, but that's what you're down to at this point.
Or once it gets spotted out
did
by
the
the scan
scan
though.
hit?
Yeah,
Okay,
it did.
yeah,
They
yeah.
saw it. It went red. You can
I
already see
wondered
them.
if they might have already been passed.
Yapsel
but-
blinks away. They couldn't find him. Now they're going to move up the high ground. That's risky. Secret looking to engage. They can jump in. Tree fall on the breeze. They go for this spin to move away. Nisha already creating down PBD. He was coming out. The dude's been thrown out into the drown. Now the Ignis Fighters does get dropped. They don't care. 33 activates the BKB, but Drow just hits too damn hard. Jason Ford looking for more niches. Not done just yet. Bardock just gets crit down. And they get anyone else out. The Cyclone brings down Ace, stuns him up, and kills him off. The only one escaping alive. Or is he? Oh, no. Keeper, he gets out. Zai accidentally used himself. But that is a push for base if I've ever seen one. Beautifully done by Secret.
You finally get a jump such that 33 feels like he can cast Doom on somebody without it immediately getting stolen by Rubik, and it just doesn't matter because A, you're too far behind, and B, you're fighting in, you know, one of the most literally the most dangerous place on the map for Radiant.
And C, you had to Doom or Drow. Of all your options, that's what you had.
Well, but that's what you got to do. Now Yapsor's not making life any easier. He's got his ag.
Sax is gone as well. No chance for the Glimmer Cape to activate. They could maybe just go for Throne here. I think they realize it as well. They say, yeah, force it out of them, boys. If they've got any buybacks, they better throw them out now. Keeper does have one. They don't need to use it. They're going to smoke up. They want to bait him first. No 1v slash for 60 seconds, though, is problematic. They do have the finger to work with. No Doom for 70. Oh, there's a jump in. BKB activated. They go for Yapsor first, but can they get it? No, Doom's already down. Dreamcool connects on the two-parter. It's going to snap through it, but that's the axe pickup for Zai. Both of them stunned on the spot. They're going to be ran straight through, and it looks like NIP have the GG out. Secret do dominate the first game.
Yeah, absolutely convincing. The Drow Ranger, it looked good early for NIP. Their cores were all farming well. They, at one point, they're top 3 on the board in CS, but they never really forced the Secret Heroes out of lane, and so that Drow is still getting her levels. That